Hi guys. So we had an interesting Friday night yesterday. Up front, I want to say everybody's okay. In the end, everybody's okay. But my son decided to, I think, try to pour hot water in for my tea and from the kettle. And unfortunately, using his right hand to pour the water, he missed the cup. So he actually burned himself. We had to take him to emergency last night and get it all kind of cleaned out and all this. And he did fantastic. He really, really did. Overall, it could have been really bad, but it wasn't. And thankfully it was the children's hospital here, so they had like DVDs set or movies and stuff set up in every room. So they're like, what's his favorite character? We got it. Let's do it. So Monsters Inc., thank you very much for keeping my son less stressed, I guess, in a very stressful situation. We had to... The whole trip, we got there about 6 o'clock. We got back about 11 o'clock. So 6 p.m. We got back about 11 p.m. What it was that we ended up having to wait when there was shift change, which sucked. But then we had to wait for people to be able to come in and put him, not completely under, but it's going to sound weird, but kind of drunk enough, if that makes sense, to be sleepy, so that then they could clean the wound and take off all the dead skin and all that, and then dress it. And dressing it was, you know, many, many layers of stuff. And he kept saying, he's like, Dr. Band-Aid, Dr. Band-Aid. So I was explaining to him that the Band-Aid that's going to be put on is not a regular Band-Aid. It's going to be like a mitten. So he'll wake up with kind of an oven mitten type of thing on his hand. So we are now referring to this as his Band-Aid mitten. He's doing great with it. It's now Saturday morning. I'm going to upload this today so that you guys know. He's paying attention to it more from a visual standpoint. Like, he keeps looking at his hand kind of thing and inspecting it. But he's not, knock on wood, it's not wood behind me, but you know what I mean, that he actually doesn't try taking it off. He seems okay with the Band-Aid mitten on, so that's fantastic. It's a long weekend here in Ontario. I don't know if it's a nationwide one or not, but anyways, in Ontario, it's a long weekend called Labor Day weekend. And so because of that, we have been referred to plastic surgery to be able to take a look at and manage the burn, but we won't hear from them until Tuesday. If there's any problems, go back to the hospital, etc., etc. Hopefully we don't have to do that. But on Tuesday, we should be getting a call from Plastics to be able to schedule an appointment, basically for them to take the Band-Aid mitten off, clean the area again, take off any new dead skin, take a look at it and evaluate it and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll probably have to change the dressing once, maybe twice. It's not a really bad burn, but there's one section, and I did take some photos, so I'll put those in at the end of this. There's one section that is a 2nd-degree burn. Look at what happens when you leave the room for like a minute. And, you know, he was just trying to help. He just wanted to make me a tea. But, you know, all of the don't touch, don't touch, don't touch hot messages for the kettle apparently didn't work. So it could have been much, much worse. I'm so thankful that it wasn't. My daughter was amazing as well. She went over to my boyfriend's house and hung out there because he actually had guests, so they, you know, were there, so she wasn't alone. And she kept calling my boyfriend's mom as well. So Grandma was very calm and helped her stay calm in a very stressful situation, which was great. And, you know, it wasn't worse than it was, so that's fantastic. I will say, though, it was kind of funny watching him wake up from this pseudo, you know, putting him under thing, because he looked so drunk. His eyes were all bloodshot, and, you know, he was doing the kind of thing. It was cute. My son was drunk on meds that doctors gave him. Anyways, so we're doing good today. There was a situation where if he couldn't leave the Band-Aid, like the mitten Band-Aid alone, then he wouldn't be able to go to school, and school starts on Tuesday. So far, so good. We'll see what it's like basically Tuesday morning. And his class actually goes to the community center that's kind of across the field, 2 to 3 days a week for swimming. So he can't do that while this is healed, so I'm going to have to be picking him up for that. So I have to send a message to his new teacher today about that and find out when those days are so that I can book those days off of work, or hopefully just partial days. Hopefully they go in the afternoon so that I can still do a half day of work. So anyways, as I said, we're okay. He's okay. He did amazing, amazing. So please just send some healing thoughts for him. I'm frazzled still a little bit, but overall okay. I'm so thankful that my boyfriend was there with me the whole time, because there were times when we had to also lift my little man child, who's 175 pounds. So that was interesting, but thankfully my boyfriend can still do that. So anyways, so here's some of the photos, and also at the end of, when we were still waiting in one of the rooms at the end of Monsters, Inc., my son just, it was so cute. He started like, blah, 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 just this weird vocal thing during the credits of Monsters, Inc. So I will include one of the clips that I took of that because it was so cute. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye. Are you singing along with Monsters, Inc.? Oh, sleepy boy.